This Florida man was left paralyzed and had to undergo a double amputation after police officers shockingly placed him in the back of a van without a seatbelt. Welcome to Prisoner of Crime, where the harsh truths behind the badge come to light. On June 8, 2023, Heriberto Sanchez-Mayen was seen trespassing by St. Petersburg police officer Sarah Gaddis. The officer asks him to cooperate and move out of that place. This initial interaction is the key moment in the unfolding event.
Hey! Yo! Heriberto!
Huh?
What are you doing?
Oh, I fall asleep.
You know you're trespassing out here, right? Is this yours?
No, that's my house.
Put your shoes on, you can come over to my car, I'm gonna write you.
The discussion between Officer Sarah and Sanchez-Mayen seemed like he was seen in the same area multiple times before, as the officer was familiar with the suspect. This raises questions about the underlying factors contributing to Sanchez-Mayen's repeated presence in the area and the effectiveness of previous interventions.
You got everything that's yours?
Huh?
You leaving your beer cans behind?
That's not mine.
Yeah, right. That's the one you always drink.
No.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's right next to you.
As the officer checks Sanchez-Mayen for anything illegal, she notices a bulge on his stomach, which she recognizes as a hernia, which can be life-threatening if left untreated. However, they must transport him first for any further assistance he would need.
No drugs or nothing?
No.
Okay. Nothing in your shoes?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, you got a hernia, huh?
Instead of issuing a ticket, the officer decides to take Sanchez-Mayen into custody, escalating the encounter significantly. Despite Sanchez-Mayen's attempts to reason with the officers and seek an alternative resolution, he reluctantly comes to terms with the reality that cooperation is his only possible option in the situation. This turn of events highlights the power dynamics at play and the limited agency often experienced by individuals facing law enforcement interactions, particularly those who are homeless. It highlights the need for more compassionate and constructive approaches to addressing social issues and conflicts within communities.
Yeah.
You want me to take it?
No, you're going to take the ride today.
Huh?
I've decided that you're going to actually go to jail today.
Oh,
I've had
no,
far
please.
too many problems with you.
Please, let me take it.
No, absolutely not. We're getting all kinds of complaints. You don't care. You don't change your ways. Right here. Here's your stuff. Mayen Sanchez. I'll get it for you, Becker.
Officer Michael Thacker employs handcuffs linked to a chain around Sanchez-Mayen's body to detain him, all the while expressing his thoughts on the situation. They belly-chained him so he couldn't protect himself or move his hands and arms. In this situation, they engage in belittling behavior towards Sanchez-Mayen, increasing the distress of an already challenging circumstance for the homeless guy. Unfortunately, the mistreatment doesn't end there. What they do next is nothing short of extreme.
Pass. Yeah.
I think after a certain amount, this should be a felony after a certain amount.
It should.
After a certain amount of any crime, it should be a felony.
Keeps coming in contact.
Yeah.
Doesn't change his ways. What can we do?
A year in jail would probably settle it.
What's that?
A year in jail might solve it.
Yeah, maybe. It's debatable. All right.
The officer's treatment of Sanchez-Mayen was notably harsh, given the fact that they purposely dumped his belongings while simultaneously belittling him, all while the body camera continued to record. This behavior makes us wonder about how police should behave and treat people, especially those in tough situations. It also reminds us that everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and kindness, no matter their circumstances.
Does that thing stink? Yeah. What's the smell like?
You know what?
video.
Throw it away. Pretty much done with it.
But surprisingly, the officers don't stop there because Officer Michael Thacker recklessly drives and slams the brakes, causing Heriberto Sanchez-Mayen to slide off a bench and hit his head, rendering him unconscious. Thacker allegedly neglected to check on Sanchez-Mayen until reaching the jail. The failure of the officers to provide immediate medical attention to Sanchez-Mayen demonstrates a disregard for his well-being. This negligence further compounds the harm inflicted on Sanchez-Mayen and underscores systemic issues within the criminal justice system. Another detainee reportedly kicked the van's wall multiple times. Video evidence captured Sanchez-Mayen lying motionless, yet Thacker purportedly didn't attend to him until arrival at the jail. This delay in addressing Sanchez-Mayen's condition raises questions about the officer's duty of care and adherence to proper protocol during transportation.
Heriberto, wake up.
21st Street. Yeah, they come up, I can go around.
Wake up. Heriberto. Wake up.
The situation worsened when the officer harshly dragged Sanchez-Mayen out of the van, seemingly disregarding his medical condition and immediate need for assistance. This neglect of urgent medical attention could have potentially life-threatening consequences, underscoring the gravity of the officer's actions and the urgency of the situation.
Heriberto! Heriberto! Wake up! Heriberto! Heriberto, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Medical assistance arrives on the scene to assess the situation, revealing that Heriberto Alejandro Sanchez-Mayen's condition is even more critical than initially appeared. This highlights the urgency and severity of the neglectful actions taken by the officers, showing the need for quick and appropriate medical intervention.
CPR is being initiated at Central Division South 4. Responding? I'm on my way. I'm in the elevator. You want us to activate 911? Yes, I've already told them. You already called them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I just need you to hold his head and airway while we move him, okay? Yep.
60-year-old Sanchez-Mayen was rushed to the hospital, where he underwent treatment for permanent and severe injuries to his cervical spine, ultimately leaving him permanently paralyzed in all 4 limbs and necessitating the amputation of both legs above the knee. This tragic outcome highlights the deep impact of the incident, not only on Sanchez-Mayen's physical health, but also on his overall quality of life and independence. As a result, a lawsuit was filed against St. Petersburg Police Department. One of Sanchez-Mayen's attorneys, Thomas Scalero, alleges rough driving caused him to be thrown violently, fracturing his neck and spine. Despite being unconscious, Sanchez-Mayen was harshly removed from the van. They also argue that the use of force, such as how Sanchez-Mayen was restrained and transported without a seatbelt, was unnecessary to the situation and resulted in extreme harm.
Video, this poor man, absolutely no resistance. All he wanted to do is just be left alone to take his ticket. But no, they wanted to teach him a lesson.
Keeps coming in contact, doesn't change his ways. What can we do?
A year in jail will probably settle it.
The video shows Sanchez-Mayen's arms being bound with a chain around his torso before he's loaded into that transport van without a seatbelt, according to the lawsuit.
The officer, we believe, deliberately stopped short, which threw Mr. Sanchez-Mayen into the bulkhead, where his head struck it at a very perverse angle, fracturing his neck.
The police department adamantly denies the allegations, asserting that Sanchez-Mayen has a documented history of multiple trespassing violations dating back to 2022, along with a misdemeanor charge. Despite all this, Sanchez-Mayen's family is left grappling with the deep and life-changing consequences of his injuries. The lawsuit, filed in response to the incident, aims for both accountability and financial compensation to address the extensive medical expenses incurred as a result of Sanchez-Mayen's injuries. Sanchez-Mayen's legal representatives argue that the injuries sustained during his interaction with law enforcement were a direct result of negligence and improper protocol during transportation. They claim that the failure to provide appropriate medical attention and the reckless driving behavior by the officers contributed significantly to the severity of Sanchez-Mayen's injuries. As the legal proceedings unfold, both sides await a resolution that will not only address the immediate medical needs of Sanchez-Mayen, but also ensure accountability and prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. Sanchez-Mayen's current situation is deeply tragic. Due to his injuries, he has been placed in a nursing home in Pennsylvania, where he will likely reside for the rest of his life. According to Elsa Hernandez, he is unable to work or care for himself. Hernandez describes Sanchez-Mayen as a kind and joyful individual who easily made friends before the incident occurred. This heartbreaking turn of events underscores the devastating impact of the injuries he sustained and serves as a poignant reminder of the profound loss experienced by both Sanchez-Mayen and his loved ones. On June 8th, the appropriate action, if any, should have been Officer Gaddis simply asking Sanchez-Mayen to leave and ensuring he walked away safely down the sidewalk. In Sanchez-Mayen's lawsuit, he seeks damages exceeding $75,000, citing various legal grounds including deliberate indifference to his severe medical needs, excessive force used by Thacker, and false arrest by Gaddis. Scalero stressed the importance of holding those who violate rights accountable, stating that what happened to Sanchez-Mayen could easily occur to anyone. He emphasized that homelessness shouldn't be treated as a crime, but rather met with compassion and support from society. Scalero concluded by highlighting that the measure of society's goodness is reflected in how it cares for its most vulnerable members. This case challenges us to uphold the fundamental rights and dignity of every individual, urging us to strive for a society where compassion, empathy, and accountability guide our interactions, and where the most vulnerable among us are protected and supported. Ultimately, it calls upon us to strive towards creating a community where everyone is valued and included, and where no one is left behind.